Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Red Ship podcast. This is Dennis, as always, coming to you on a more regular timing in regards to the history of this show, coming to you on the night after game one of the GBL finals, and coming to you after what was expectedly a chaotic game for perhaps all the wrong reasons. But before we get into the insanity of it all, before we get into the chaos of it all, I wanted to thank you all for finally getting 500 on here. Of course, if you like what you see, as always, you can like, you can subscribe and all that stuff. Check all the links below. We are genuinely hitting milestone after milestone after milestone, and I can't keep up. But every 100 on here, given how insane this platform can be, feels like a bit of an extra reward. So I appreciate you all more than you can imagine. But now, let's get into the main part of the episode, into the main subject of the episode. I don't want to bore you all with the self promo, and we'll close out with something similar as well. But the main thing that I wanted to say is to thank you all for getting 500 on here, which is a mind boggling number, honestly. But yeah, aside that, let's get into it. Olympiacos, of course, beat Panathinaikos 82-76 in a game that could have, should have both been easier for the home side, for us, as Olympiacos decided to make the game way closer and harder than it needed to be after, honestly, cruise controlling the first half, not playing incredibly, but still being up even by 17 points. And then coming into the second, I wouldn't say scared, because I'm more than certain that that's not the case. I'd say relaxed, perhaps too relaxed, which of course led to the third quarter being a bit of a disaster and Panathinaikos cutting it close, but the comeback was ultimately rejected despite the game going down to even 2 points and Panathinaikos taking a very slight lead towards the end. Olympiacos ultimately saw the game through with a very, very good Thomas Walkup to end the game, scoring 5 straight and basically killing every chance of overtime. And of course, as always, Evan Fournier as well scored some very crucial baskets to kill a dangerously building momentum for Panathinaikos, but it's really nothing to underestimate. At the end of the last show, I put it out on a clip as well. I emphasized that celebrating was amazing. The feeling that we are EuroLeague champions is even better, but we can't underestimate Panathinaikos. Even if we are talking about a team on a sporting decline, we can't underestimate them. as much as I'm not a fan of Coach Ataman, for obvious reasons, the talent he has in his team can win games on their own. And if we let that happen, we're going to have to scramble in this series. And speaking for a team that deserves to sweep this title, these boys, if they play like themselves, they won't lose a game. But if they play like yesterday, which again, I really don't think that Olympiacos were bad. I feel like Olympiacos were too relaxed. And I've seen stuff like, oh, it's okay, it doesn't really matter. No, that's not the case here. That's never the case here. It will always matter with Olympiacos. Every title counts. And as I've said in a past show, I don't even want to give them my fever. So they need to win this league. It's not a case of it doesn't matter. We are the better team. We are the more deserving team. We are the more hardworking team. And we need to end a historic season the Olympiacos way. There is no discussion in this matter. Again, I do truly believe that if Olympiacos play like they did in the Final Four, for example, or even if we just play our basketball, we destroy this series. Like if they show up tomorrow and play like themselves, we may force another court invasion so they don't get embarrassed. I really wouldn't be surprised. It feels weird saying this on a win, but we really did ourselves injustice yesterday. We were up. I was going to say we could have been. We were up by nearly 20. And the game still became a derby. Of course, the main problem, and perhaps the only one really performing, was Dinos Mitoglu, who came in and as he was dragging Milutinov out, mind you, a Milutinov that, in my opinion, had his best finals game ever since he returned. I will quote a very respected journalist and follower of the show, Tonya Spanu, as she said yesterday, it really went unnoticed that Nico's looking the best he has this late in the season, the best he has ever looked, and by far. And sadly, because of all the BS that happened, just the man had a very comfortable double-double. He picked up, let me actually see, he picked up 10, 12, 2, a steal, and 2 blocks, all that in 29 minutes of game time. And as he has for the entirety of the season, he proved that he's simply the best. No pun intended. He is everything we thought he'd be, and then some this season. This man is having a scary year. And going into the next one, I have a slight feeling that we haven't even seen the best of Nico Milutinov. And I am very, very, very excited with everything coming, with everyone coming. But I have made a promise to myself that everything transfer-wise will happen after. I want the league to be over first, and then we'll chat transfers all you guys want. But I am very excited about how Nico will perform in the upcoming GBL final games and next season. I was actually gonna move into that, so this comment is a perfect segue. What do you think about Vezenkov and Fournier's performances yesterday? I touched a bit on Evan. Evan was the sole reason that Pana just lost all the momentum they built in the third quarter. His effortless threes once again. His incredible defending, his off-ball movement, playmaking. This man had everything last night, picking up a very solid 23 and 5 with... Okay, yeah, I thought I could have sworn he had a steal, but that's why we have the stats right here. This man had 23 and 5 with some very crucial baskets, some very crucial defending, and some very crucial playmaking as well. He led the team. He has kept leading the team, and he's looking his best. He's looking motivated. He's looking hungry. And genuinely, I think that he is the embodiment of the mentality that we have been talking about as fans, that this EuroLeague title was nowhere near the end, but it was a new beginning for a new age, a new era, if you will, of Olympiacos, and Van Fournier seems more than ready to lead that era. Now, on the other hand, Sasha Vezenkov. Sasha had a good game. It feels like Sasha has found more of a comfort spot with how the team's performing, and he knows that he has cover behind him, so he can do his stuff more. I liked Sasha's performance. He put up 16 and 5, of course, in 31, and he was very, very crucial in both ends. He is adapting and he's improving, which is insane to say about the MVP. He's improving. And along with Fournier, I think they found a perfect match. And as much as Tyler Dorsey was a very loud absence from yesterday, I really, really feel that the star power of those two and the dominance of Nico Milutinov really covered that absence up. And of course, as it seems, we are going to be missing Tyler Dorsey tomorrow as well. I don't know if there will be any changes in the squad. I did hear a few murmurs about a switch between Derek Jones and Donta Hall. I don't know, no disrespect to Donta. We have sung his praises here multiple times, and I love the guy. He is an irreplaceable and an unmatchable asset to the team. But I don't really like changes constant changes in the finals. So I hope the squad is the same because they can do better than they did yesterday. And I feel like once again, if everyone shows up like they should, we will be okay without T. Dorsey for another game. And on Monday, he can come in, refreshed, recovered, and seal the sweep. Hopefully. Yes. Tyler, as far as I'm aware, I will post an official update tomorrow, of course. But as far as I'm aware, Tyler is out for tomorrow. He's not listed as doubtful. I think he's listed as unavailable. And I'm pretty sure that got confirmed this morning. Like there were some talks yesterday, but I'm pretty sure that it got confirmed this morning that Tyler won't be playing tomorrow. Do you think the crowd in the next home game should be stronger? That's a hard one. I'm not gonna go at the fans. I've criticized the atmosphere because I've said this before, I'll say it again countless times. CEF is the best atmosphere that Europe has when CEF is at its peak capacity, when CEF is full on games that are the most crucial. We're talking about the best home court advantage in Europe. And it really wasn't the fans yesterday, in my opinion. I'm sure that if we get the job done tomorrow and we are talking about a possible sweep next game, everyone will just go insane. But I don't think yesterday was really on the atmosphere. And I'll get more into that eventually. So I guess my answer is I don't want to compare it with yesterday, but I think it will be better either way next game, if that makes sense. I do want to give a shout to Thomas Walkup as well. I do want to give a massive shout to Thomas Walkup, who put up 5 crucial points at the end. He had 3 rebounds, and once again proving my point that in 99% of the game that he plays, Thomas Walkup will have 5+ assists. This man finished with 6. He had a lot of criticism coming his way yesterday as well, unnecessarily, again. And I feel like when the season's over, then in hindsight, people will start to grasp how important Thomas was. He didn't have the best of games yesterday, I do agree, but ultimately, he's the one that sealed it. You can't take that away. So, I'm happy with this man's performance. I'm very, very happy with what he did. Same as I am with Corey Joseph. Corey Joseph, of course, statistic-wise, didn't put up anything insane. He put up 6, 1 and 1. But this man is such a definition of a game changer as he is of an old school point guard. Watching him play is just insane. After a point, having 2 such complementary yet different point guards on the roster is one of the main reasons we are where we are. And if all goes well, I would be more than happy with both of them on the roster next season, along with whoever comes along. Who you know who I'm talking about. You all, it's a bit of a public secret now, but the guard rotation that Olympiacos is going to have next season, knock on wood, is looking unbelievable. It's as insane as our front line this season, genuinely. What do you expect to see in tomorrow's game hosted by the Portland? Will they respect the European champions? Absolutely not. I fear we'll see worse stuff than usual. I fear that we will hear worse stuff than usual. And again, I am not ruling out another court invasion. They are that desperate. I'm hoping for a calm game, but I sense some BS on the way. I really sense some BS on the way. I hope not. I hope I'm proven wrong. And again, let me just clarify this. I'm not talking about the fans. The actual Panathinaikos fans that go there to enjoy their team, to enjoy basketball. I'm not talking about them. You all know who I'm talking about. I don't need to make any specifications. I don't need to clarify anything. I'm not talking about the actual fans. They will fully respect the team as they always have. That's a given, in my opinion. I believe Corey Joseph will have a big role for tomorrow's game. I think so too, actually, as he has had before. I truly believe Corey will have that game changer effect again tomorrow. And I want to believe that Evan Fournier will emerge as a leader. He will. He hasn't stopped emerging as a leader ever since Fener, and he won't stop until the season's done, and then next season, and so on and so forth. This man is flaming hot right now, and nothing can stop him. It's as simple as that. And that's not even me being biased. This man is the definition of a clutch player. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He speaks the best when the ball's on fire, like he did, like he will, like he has, and he will keep doing so. I will go against the grain a bit and say that I'm expecting a lot out of Alec tomorrow. I feel like yesterday was a bit of a blip in a run of incredible form. And I don't really believe that the stuff outside of the court has affected him that much as people say. So I believe that Alec will come in tomorrow, and for the minutes that he gets, I feel like he will be as flawless as he was in the Final Four. I don't believe that Peters is a player that could get affected by stuff like that. I feel like he will give it all and then some for this team until the final second of him wearing the jersey. And I do expect a lot as well from Tyson Ward. I expect a lot from Tyson, especially after yesterday. So I saw some people go nuclear towards Tyson, and that was a bit too much. He didn't have a good game. He didn't have an effective game. He didn't have the energy he usually does, but I feel like he'll make up for it tomorrow. I'm more than certain that a player like Tyson Ward can bounce back in such a crucial moment and back up the captain and whoever plays the three and give us some very, very good, very effective minutes as he usually has throughout the season, because let's not forget the effect that Tyson Ward has had when he's wearing the Olympiacos jersey. In yesterday's game, he was relaxed. That's why I say that I completely understand that there's still some relaxation after the EuroLeague, but I believe that this needs to stop for a few days. I'm with you. That's what I've been saying. But even relaxed, because I think you're still talking about Evan. Correct me if I'm wrong. Even relaxed, the man still led the team. Like, aside from Nico Milutinov, who for me was the clear MVP, he is the one that stopped the momentum. He is the one that got us back on track. And he is the one that stepped up even more because of Dorsey's absence. So I really have no doubts about what he... Yeah, okay, I understood correctly. I really have no doubts that he will be as good and even better tomorrow. I said I would drop predictions after game one, and I don't want to go back on my word. And I will stick with my original prediction, even if that bites me in the ass. I think we're sweeping it. I think they'll show up tomorrow and completely just mop the floor. I think they'll show up tomorrow at their best. And if, again, knock on wood, if the team gets a 2-0 done, there's no way that the series just doesn't end on Monday. So, with confidence, I'll still go 3-0 for the final. And I'll stay at that. Now, I left this for last. I agree that everyone needs to be focused. Everyone needs to play at 1,000%. I agree. I saved this for last. The whole refereeing thing, again. The whole toxicity thing, again. What's there even to say? I wrote some thoughts this morning. If you all want to go and check that out, it's on all the socials. I posted it everywhere. Why do we need to focus on that? Mike said it best, honestly. This wasn't anywhere near a game decider. Olympiacos ultimately were the better team. Rebound dominance, attacking dominance. Nigel Hayes-Davis not showing up. Matthias Lesor not showing up. And Panathinaikos fans and the entire organization says again that we robbed them because of a foul that was clearly a foul in the end of the game. Now, I would bring up the clip, but I'm afraid I'll get a copyright strike. So, all of you know what happened. I want to present a question. Why did Earth not show us the angle that Olympiacos posted? Why? Like, if Olympiacos didn't post the photo and the angle, we'd be talking about we'd be hearing about, not talking about, a robbery. We are still, but at least now there is deliberate proof that Kendrick Nunn fouls Evan Fournier. Like, why are we talking about this again? We all know the level of refereeing in Greece was, is, and probably always will be subpar. That does not decide the game. Back when stuff happened, we always heard that the best team always wins, no matter what. And I remember a quote that got brought up earlier today that the European champions don't need to cheat to beat you. A certain someone had said that, so you all know the answer again. Many answers, many answers. And again, I really don't understand. I understand why Ataman says it. I understand why the players say it. They're trying to keep their job, they're trying to keep a contract. But I really don't get why the vocal minority, thankfully, but the vocal minority of Panathinaikos fans just follow this agenda blindly. That, oh, we're getting robbed every time something goes wrong. It's always the refs. Especially with us when the team is losing a coach that ultimately has demolished everything he's built, having their star players not perform at all, and after a mediocre to horrific season, why the thing again isn't that, oh, we had a bad game, and it is, oh, the refs. And by the way, I do apologize, but I do want to get this off my chest. I'm so happy that the team just completely shut the mouths of Olympiacos fans, quote unquote, that said, oh, I'm ashamed that that got called. For the listeners on Spotify, I am staring into the camera. I don't want to say too much, but come on. Really? Really? So for many reasons, I'm so happy that the team put out the angle, the correct angle that it did. And of course, on the same play, there was a foul on Milutinov by Mitoglu that wasn't seen, which is okay. Like, you can't see everything. The refs will have their eye on the ball, but still, it's a lot of crying, it's a lot of focus, and I will end with exactly what the comment says. We know where the toxicity and everything start. I'll alter the comment a bit because it's not just all that, it's everything as well. We must not get carried away by them. I agree. Even though I do agree with the team's response, I feel like just posting the angle, the correct angle, was the best thing to do. We not only must not get carried away, we need to use all the discourse that's happening as fuel and destroy them tomorrow. Stay behind this team. I'll say this again and again. Stay behind this team because they deserve it, and they'll bring another title home. And again, we're playing at our second home tomorrow, and we need to be careful of everything. As always, thank you all massively, insanely, for all your support, for getting to 500 here, for almost reaching the old account status over on Instagram for the insanity that's Twitter and the ever-growing account. All the views, all the kind messages, comments, and everything in between. We're in for a big summer. I do believe it that we're in for a big summer. And I can't wait. Insane few games ahead. So as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.